So the next question I have for you, so digital marketing after COVID, it's an explosion right now. So everything, everybody wants to be online. Customers that weren't online before, they're online now, and everybody is just begging for to be online. So the you know I think Neil Patel just wrote a blog basically saying that the market share is really thin in terms of the digital marketing space. But I don't generally look at it. I always look at it like industry to industry, like who's actually online and how you're getting market share between industries. But I guess my question to you is like after COVID happened, Shawn, where do you see the future of digital marketing going forward? I say like a year from now or 2 years from now. Like where do you
Mm.
see this evolving to? Because I definitely think that COVID has definitely been a tipping point in terms of doing some different things in terms of digital. But where do you see the difference maker?
Oh, for sure. And we were just talking about this earlier. I think that design wise, everything is kind of trending towards less is more, right? Like, when Charles was first designing ads in the 90s and stuff, it was very flash and big bang and more colors and this and that. And now it's kind of like sleek and minimal and moving towards that route, which is not always easier. Just because it's more minimal doesn't make it easier. It actually could make it harder because you have to think about every piece is so important, right? When you have a big, huge website with 100 pages or whatever, you're doing an ad and it's a big thing that you have. It makes it easy. But when you only have that little amount of space to get your message across, and to your point with the market share being so crazy, I think that you really have to hone in on what people want and how can you get this message across in like 10 seconds,
Yes.
you know? And I think that's the way it's heading. And we were also talking about this. I think it's so heading in the way of personalization. I think everyone wants everything customized.
Very much.
You can go online right now and you could buy whatever this bottle is. They'll custom make you with your blend of whatever in here. And I think everybody wants to feel special in that way. And I think that's the way it's heading. Subscription based, monthly. I mean, look at Netflix, right? They're killing it. And I'll go on, I'll be like, oh, because you watch this, you might like this. And I think that tapping into that personalization will be huge going forward.
Yeah, and the
So,
targeting.
oh
The
my God.
targeting for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the targeting I think is going to be, because obviously we already see how huge it is already, right? I mean everybody has a computer in their pocket, right? And everybody believes that that computer is listening to them, and for the most part it is, right? I mean because the algorithms are so intelligent that it really does appear that they know everything about you.
Right.
And I think that is right now just being tested in so many different ways. Just think of how, let's say, just Facebook alone, how much the algorithms have changed over the past just couple of years.
Mhm.
They used to put out announcements. Now they don't even bother. They just change it and then they just kind of see what happens, right? And it kind of makes me think of how like the past is almost coming true, where it's like if you go back to if you ever heard of the book Neuromancer by William Gibson, right?
Mm.
Back from the 80s, right? It's sort of literally where the Matrix was born from, right? That story was based out of William Gibson's Neuromancer, and that's way early in the 80s. And it's like the idea of like having these Simpson switches in their neck and these ways that people were being so hyper modified and super hyper targeted. I don't know if it's ever going to get to that level of extreme, but the way that you're going to take that targeting and combine that with customization and in ways of just getting products to people and services to people and messages to people. COVID obviously has made a huge impact on that. And it's just going to be, it's going to be all about just really kind of finding that hyper target message, but being able to find a way that you just don't, just disappear in the mix because it's such a saturated environment when it comes to targeting, that I think it's going to be that's where the next big thing is going to be how specific it is.